Hi everyone, welcome to Sit, Sip, and Knit. My name is Marie, coming to you from just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is my podcast number 7, my knitting podcast, mostly knitting. I do have some crochet. Today I actually have a crocheted finished object and a couple, actually three knitted finished objects. I have a couple of works in progress, some acquisitions, and some ideas about going forward on my summer knitting and maybe involving you guys, hopefully in a knit along. I also have my slipper sock tutorial still going on. I will be recording another of those tutorials. We're almost done with our slipper sock. That tutorial will be coming out the weekend of the end of May here. It'll be our Memorial Day here in the US on Monday. So that'll probably be coming out Sunday right after this podcast here. So look for that. If you haven't done that tutorial, you're welcome to join. It's ongoing. It's out there for you. You can start with tutorial number 1. It's about learning to make a sock, actually a slipper sock, because it's on worsted weight yarn. So it's a lot easier to learn that way, I believe. And I am also using flexi flip needles with that. You can also use double points if you want, or magic loop or 9-inch circulars. I prefer the flexi flips, and I had some questions about how to use those. So the pattern that I wrote the slipper sock for is done on those flexi flips. So that is over there. So I hope you check out those tutorials and look for the upcoming one where we are working the foot of the sock, and then all we have to do is the decreases and the toe. So, but for this podcast here, I am coming to you a little sooner than I normally would. I like to do one podcast a month. I did say I was hoping to do to podcast a little more, maybe every other week. If I have some knitting content or crochet content, I will put a podcast out there sooner. And also I will be going on vacation the second week of June with my husband, going to Florida, which we haven't been, just like everybody, we've been on lockdown, but restrictions here, at least in Pennsylvania in the US, have eased up. We are lucky to be able to have the vaccine open for anyone 12 years and up. So that has really helped open up the country. In Florida is where my mother-in-law lives. So we have not seen her for 2 years, and I know that's rough on my husband. So we're taking a trip there. We're actually driving. I don't know about flying yet, but we are driving, and that he drives. And that's wonderful. We take 2 days to get down there, stop in between. But it is prime knitting time for me. I love a road trip when I'm not driving. I love to drive also, but my husband does all the driving, and I do the knitting. So hopefully the next podcast, when I come back, I'll have some more completed objects, hopefully. So the first thing I want to talk about, actually it's a finished object. I was working on this last podcast. It's the Anker's Summer Sweater. And just as always, I'll put all the information down below, the link to the pattern and the pattern maker. And the yarn. This actually I did in Universal Yarns Uptown DK. I did say last time it is it's an acrylic yarn, anti-pill, but it is a great wash and wear sweater for work. In the air conditioning, I run cold all the time, and everybody else, it seems, in the pharmacy where I work are hot. So I'm freezing. So I'm always wearing a scarf tucked in, or a sweater like this. Let me show you here. It is, I just love the feel. I love the fit. I don't know if you can see. It's just very, very fitting, but drapey. The fabric is beautiful. I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this sweater. And today, actually, I said it's the end of May here in Pennsylvania. It's only like 54 degrees. It's horrible. So, and rainy and chilly. So this is I finished this in perfect time to wear today. I did block it. We had a sunny day a couple days ago, and I laid it out on my porch actually, and blocked it. So it was ready to wear, and I was waiting for this podcast to wear it. But now I'll be able to wear it to work, maybe tomorrow. Anyway, so that's Anker's summer sweater, and information will be below for you. So that was my first finished object. The second finished object I did talk about in my last podcast. I was working on, actually, I was almost finished. I think I started them in the fall. They are Dreaming of Paris socks by Hohie Locatelli. Wonderful, fun project. And I don't know why I put them down. Well, I put them down to pick up something else, of course, but I finally finished them, and I just love them. Let me show you here. This is it here. The ribbing here, the little bit of lace, the 1x1 striping there with a heel flap and gusset and a cute little rounded toe. I have, here's the other one here. Let me show you here. So I did finish both of them. Yay me. I didn't really block them. I just stuck them on my, I haven't even washed them. But anyway, they are done, and I can't wait to wear them in the fall, probably. But anyway, these are, again, the Dreaming of Paris socks. They were done in Cascade Heritage Sock. I don't have the color number, the ball bands, like I said, I don't know. I have a lot. They were 100 gram skeins, and I could probably make 2 more pair. That's how much I have left. But anyway, just a basic black, and this is kind of like a pink lilac color there. So anyway, very cozy, very soft. This yarn is very soft. And I think I did them on a size US 2. That may be what the pattern called for. I think it was, but anyway, they're comfy. I'm hoping I'm going to block them. I hope they're a little bit baggy, but I think that's the way, if you look at the pattern, that's kind of the way, like a slouchy type sock. But I'm so happy to have those done. All right, so that was finished object number 2. I also started and finished something. I didn't even show it on the podcast. I mean, I started it after the last podcast. Let me show you the pattern here. This is the pattern that I finished. Can you see that? It's called the August Hat, and that is by Sarah Soloman. It is one of the Kelbourne Woolens Year of Hats patterns. It was a paid pattern, but I wanted to do some color work, and this braid here, I've done it before. It's very fun to do. It looks See that? See how pretty that is? But anyway, let me show you what I did. My son and daughter-in-law went, well, this was probably now 4 years ago, on a long weekend trip from Pittsburgh straight to Iceland, somewhere they've always wanted to go. So they took a trip there and just loved it. And so sweet, my son went into a shop and where they sell clothing, woolen sweaters and things. And he asked the lady about yarn. He was thinking of buying some yarn for me. I guess they were only there for a long weekend. Didn't see or go to any kind of yarn shops. But the lady was so sweet and went in the back and pulled out some plates of the Icelandic unspun yarn. See that there? I think they call this a plate. Anyway, he brought me 3 colors back. This cream color, a brown color, a blue heathered color, and a burgundy heathered color. She gave him this yarn. How sweet was that? And he brought it home to me. It is, if you've never used the unspun yarn, you can see here, I explained it to my husband and my daughter. It looks like it came straight from the sheep there, the Icelandic sheep. But it's unspun, and see how it just pulls apart. It's so, it's actually amazing. See that, how the unspun yarn is? So working with it, you have to be careful when you're working with it. Like I said, I did the color work, and I'll show you in a minute. I did color work with it, which it is so light. I've actually made him 2 hats out of the single, and very thin, but of course they're warm. So anyway, I wanted to try a color work out of this. And you can see once it's knit up, I'm just twisting it here. If you twist it, you can't even pull it apart. It's just amazing. But untwisted, it just shreds. So when you're knitting with it, like I said, you have to be careful, but it is easy. If you break the yarn, you just splice it, it's called. Actually, I use a little bit of water, and you use the friction, and it goes right back together. But let me show you what I did. Like I said, I did that August hat, and here it is here. Some of you may have seen it on here, I'll hold it up there. See that? It is very, it's scratchy. It's not soft, but yet it is soft, if that makes sense. It has been washed and blocked. But it is, that's the property of this wool, to be warm and water repellent. So I actually I started it for my son, and it fits me. So I don't think it will fit him. So my daughter-in-law saw a hat that I had made, and so I decided I'm going to finish it and make it for her. So I will be giving her this hat. I don't think she'll be wearing it this summer, but it'll be good in the fall. I may think about putting a faux pom-pom on it. I'll ask her if she might want one. Let me try it on for you. Like I said, it was so fun to knit. Using color work, actually, you know how that gives you like a double fabric. Here's my floats inside here. You can see those. But anyway, let me try it on for you. I just think it is adorable. I might have to make one for myself. And maybe if my son likes it, I might have to try making a bigger one. Maybe I'll hold 3 skeins together. Anyway, so that is another finished object here. And I wish I was one of those people that could knit things and put them away for Christmas early, but even when I buy things thinking I'm going to do that for the holidays, the end of the year, no, I end up giving it to them. So anyway, I'll be giving this to my daughter-in-law. I hope she likes that. So again, that was the August hat, and information on that will be below. All right. I hope you'll try something like that. Okay. And the next finished object I have is my crochet project. I saw this pattern, let me show you here, on, it's on the, here in the US, the TV show Knit and Crochet Now TV. I don't know if it's still on or if these were repeats, but I saw it on TV, and this is it right here. See that? Oops, I don't want to give away information, but the mini me Cardi. See that? How cute that is. And that is, let me see, by Jenny King. It was a free pattern if you go online on the website, and I will link that below. But anyway, so it's the Mini Me Cardi, again, by Jenny King. It's done, this one was done in a worsted weight yarn, but I actually, let me show you here. I had this, my daughter-in-law wanted some pinks for my little granddaughter, she's 8 months old. And I had this pretty cake yarn here. The one in the pattern is done with a cake yarn. And this here is Sirdar Pattercake. It's a DK weight. It's actually I think it's a pretty thin DK weight, but anyway, so I wanted to use this up. This is actually another ball. I have to make a baby blanket with it, but anyway, I just thought the colors were so pretty. And let me show you what I did here. This is, let me get the Icelandic wool off of it here. This is the little Cardi. It's hard to see, hard to hold here. It is so soft. And there is the front with the little sleeves there. And I kind of manipulated the cake to use the colors that I wanted at the time. But anyway, you see that? And it just has a little kind of shawl collar on it. It's a circle with sleeves, basically. But let me show you the back. This is where you start. It's hard to, it's so flimsy here with this soft DK baby weight yarn. But can you see that there? You start in the middle there and work out. And then you add the sleeves on after you finish basically the circle. So it's more like it's a Cardi. Isn't that cute? And I just finished it with a little tie here that you put through the loops. And it came out a little smaller than I thought. I did go for a bigger size because I was using the thinner weight yarn, but it fits my little chubby 8-month-old granddaughter perfectly. So I will be able to give her this now that I went ahead and showed you guys. So very easy, very quick to do, fun with that little bit of detail there, right? So anyway, might be something you want to try. It comes in sizes, I think, up to 4 years old if you use the thicker yarn. But there you go. So that's my fourth finished object. All right. Yeah, fourth. Yep. All right. So let's move on to some works in progress. I think last time I showed you yarn by, let me get the ball band here. Okay, I had an acquisition from a Yarn to Die For Designs. That's the little logo there. Okay, and I did put that in last podcast. I went ahead and put the information, but I'll also link that below. But I ended up buying a 50 gram, actually 2 sock sets, 50 gram and a 20 mini, in the color A Fourth Celebration. And let me show you, I am working on some socks, just some my basic recipe socks that I'm doing with the contrast cuff, heels, and toes. And I just started these maybe 2 days ago. Look how sweet that is. Can you see that? Just top down. I'm working top down. I'll be using the mini. It's really red. This is blowing it out a little, but it's really beautiful yarn. So that's the mini. And then this is the 50 gram ball here. So I will be doing just top down. I do them a little bit shorter. So I will have enough to do a pair of socks out of 150 gram skein and the 20 gram mini. So they're so pretty. I'm going to try to get them done for the 4th of July. And I said that at work, and somebody said, "You're going to wear socks on the 4th of July?" Well, Memorial Day, and it's 54 degrees here. So you never know. You never know what the weather's doing. But anyway, I will be inside, and I will be wearing my socks on the 4th of July. All right, so hopefully those will be a finished object next podcast. Okay, and then something, I went to my local, pretty local to me, yarn shop. As you may know, I used to own a yarn shop. It wasn't open very long. It was just small, but because of life reasons, I did have to close that. So I went ahead and went up to, it's probably 45 minutes from me, a shop called Kid You Not. It is in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, and I will link her information below. She does wonderful live feeds on Facebook. So I will connect all the information, like I said, below. But I went up there and found some beautiful things. I just love these colors, and I wanted to make a summer sweater. I wasn't sure. I went back and forth on patterns. Wasn't sure what to make. But I finally landed on something when I found the yarn. And what I bought was, let me show you here. This is Noro. See that? Let's see. What is the yarn? Enka? I think it's called Enka. Let me show you. I'm not even sure. But anyway, this is... look how beautiful that is. It is a cotton and silk, and I just fell in love with these colors. And I'm hoping to get this done. This is going to be, well, I already started it, and I'll show you. It's a work in progress, but it is going to be my top car knitting project for our trip to Florida. So let me show you the pattern I settled on. And I'm sorry, I thought I had that out here. There's all kind of pictures. Well, here's a picture. See how cute that is? All right. Let me get the main page here so I can tell you what it is. Sorry about that. It is a pattern by Barocco. It was a paid-for pattern. It's called Etta. See that? There you go. Okay, from Barocco. I went in looking for this yarn that they use, but ended up with the Noro, and it's because like I said, I love the color, and you can't go wrong with a cotton silk. It's just beautiful, soft. So anyway, let me show you what I have started with that. And here we go. All right. So I'm almost done with the increases and the little bit of lace. This is the neckline here. Let me show you. It's hard to show you, but you can see it. The lace pattern is getting a little bit lost with this. It's kind of like a thick and thin kind of yarn. Just absolutely beautiful, soft. You can tell it's going to be wonderful for summer with that cotton in it. But it's just got a little bit of detail lace. And I think what's going to make it beautiful, obviously, is the color, the striping. So I'm not to the, well, okay, I lie. I had to do some ripping. Somehow I got off track on the sizes the size I was making. You start out, all the sizes, I think, just about all the sizes start out on the same count of stitches. And then it depends on how many repeats you make as to what size you're doing of the initial pattern where you're increasing. And I stopped too soon. Connected for the sleeves. Connected in the round after binding off for the sleeves, and realized it was going to be way too small. I was doing like the extra small, which I am not. This yarn is a little, my gauge was, I did want to do like one size smaller than I normally do, because this yarn, my gauge was off a little, but it was going to be way too small. So I had to rip it back. And but it's a quick knit. It was a quick knit. So like I said, this is going to be my car knitting pattern project. And I can't wait to get it finished. So hopefully by the next podcast, this will also be a finished object. I'm hoping anyway. So there you have it. It just has the little short sleeves again. That's my cup of tea. That's the kind of sweaters I like. Anyway, so there you have it. That's the Etta summer tee, basically. All right, in the Noro yarn. Okay, and then let's see. I told you before that I do have so many works in progress, some that I put aside, I started. So I want to do something, and I'm hoping to maybe do a little giveaway, and I'll put more information out about it this coming summer. We can do something like a knit along with a summer finish your whips knit along, and any finished objects that you'll post. I'll see about doing maybe a Ravelry group for it. I'll let you know by the next podcast about that. But I think that's what I want to do. Go ahead and do a finish your whips, or pull out a whip and finish it kind of summer. So that's what I just did. I went up and thought, you know what? I need to grab something that I had started and never finished, but really want to finish. So let me show you what I grabbed here. I did grab this, like I said, in a bag here. Cute little bag, and I've had shown her bags before. I'll put the link to this darling little bag below. But anyway, and the yarn, you know, I can't even tell you what this yarn is. It's been in this bag so long. There's no ball band, no information, but I do know the pattern because I've made many of these patterns, and anybody that knows me knows I have. But this is called the Iblink Shawl, and I don't think I've shown it on the podcast before, but it is, let me see. thought I had that pattern here. Yes, I do. I have it here. Okay, so this is the Iblink Shawl by Heidi Ellender. You see that? It's a beautiful crescent-shaped shawl with some straight stocking net stitch and then a beautiful lace border there. I had a lot of people, I taught a couple classes on this, making this shawl with some beautiful yarns and using a fingering weight yarn. I think this, the pattern may call for more than a typical one skein fingering weight yarn, but I have made it with just your standard 100-gram fingering weight ball or skein of yarn, and just completed it. The lace part maybe wasn't as wide as in the pattern, but I just did and I think it says in there too, you can just finish it off with as many repeats of the lace as you want. You could certainly do it with more than one skein. But so this, I'm on the lace. Let me show you the ball I have here. Just a beautiful, my colors, the jewel tone colors. It'll be beautiful for fall. So this is, and it's on bigger needles. I'm not even sure what the needle is. If I remember, it's a size 8. So it goes quick. I thought the lace repeats were pretty easy to do. I don't use, and that's just me, I probably should, but I don't use markers for my lace repeats. But I know it helps a lot of people to do that, to use the markers in between all the repeats. But anyway, I've done it so much that I can almost do it in my sleep probably. But that is, again, the Iblink Shawl. And like I said, I'm not sure of what the yarn is. As you can see, it has a pretty sparkle in there, like a gold stellina, which is also my standard. It goes nice with this sweater, maybe. Anyway, so this is a whip that I pulled out of the closet and am determined to finish, and I think this will also go on the Florida trip. So hopefully I will have this done also. All right, so let me know. I'm hoping that you will give me some feedback as to what I have planned or what I'm thinking. If you think it's something fun we can do, to put up a Ravelry group and get some finished objects out there, give out some prizes. I love to give things away. I think if you know me, you know that I have more, enough. I can't use up what I have in my lifetime, and I certainly would love to share it with anybody that participates. So I'm really hoping that you'll give me some feedback if you think that's something fun to do. Like I said, on the next podcast, I will go ahead and put details of that, but please look for that and give me some comments. I hope you will comment below and let me know what you think of that, how long maybe we should run it. I've never done a knit along like that before, so any of your suggestions I would appreciate. And I also want to thank anybody that has been with me from the start of this. Like I said, this is just podcast number 7. I'm hoping to do more podcasts sooner, maybe more tutorials. So I hope you will like and subscribe and share this podcast with anybody you know that loves the fiber arts. I would love to increase my subscribership, and hope to do also another giveaway when I hit 200 subscribers. So I haven't done that yet. The first giveaway really increased my, got me to 100 subscribers. So please go ahead and like and subscribe. And as soon as I hit 200 subscribers, I will do another giveaway. So like I said, and any comments you have, I love to read the comments. I've met a lot of wonderful people in this community, and I'm hoping to reach a lot more. So your help is greatly appreciated. Let me talk about a couple, sorry about the crinkling, a couple acquisitions that I did receive. When I see beautiful yarns out there, I love to support those that the small business, like I said, the local to me yarn shop, kid you not. Please give them a try, take a look online, and I hope you will support those little companies. This, I just love the colors. Look at this. I know I said I love the jewel tones, but how, oh, this pink and this green together, it's just gorgeous. This is from BlueBarnFiber. It's bluebarnfiber.etsy.com. And again, I will go ahead and put that out down below. Let me show you the logo here. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Can you see that there? I think it's focusing in. All right. This colorway is called Fairy Feet. The base is VOO, V-O-O. I think that's what that says. It is a 75-20 with 5% sparkle, it says. It is 100 grams. I believe, yeah, it's superwash. It's a superwash merino. I don't know what this will become. I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I just want to sit and look at some of these skeins. They're just so beautiful. But anyway, so I hope you will take a look at that dyer there. Give me some suggestions. I love to do socks, but I don't want to waste these beautiful colors and sparkle for my feet. So I guess a shawl. I mean, if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm always open to that. All right, so that was that. And then I talked about on the last podcast how I did purchase from, let me find it here, badsheepyarn.com in North Pole, Alaska. Told you how amazing that just seems to me to receive products all the way on the other side of the US here. But anyway, so the yarn I received was beautiful. I balled it up, the skeins up, and am still trying to find the perfect project for them. But of course, you know, they popped up again on my, I think it was Facebook, and saw these colors and just had to purchase. Let me show you here. Look at that. Are those just beautiful, beautiful colors? That beautiful navy. And yes, you do see the stellina in there. Look at this one. All those colors with that stellina sparkle. It's just too gorgeous. I almost don't want to use it. I just want to sit and look at it, but I will. I will find a beautiful project for this yarn. Let me show you here her tag here. Bad Sheep Yarn. And I will put the information below. It's badsheepyarn.com. Here we go. This one here is called Crystal Ball. How appropriate. See that? Hand dyed in North Pole, Alaska. Just amazing to me. But that's that one. This blue is Bluebird. See that? So that's Bluebird. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's blowing out there. That's more like the true color there. And then this one is Mulled Wine, which looks like mulled wine to me. Look how beautiful. Let me see. Yep, maybe there. It's a little darker than it's coming out. But all those together, I don't know if I'll use them together or not. Like I said, I'm always open to suggestions. So this will hopefully be another work in progress as soon as I find the perfect project for it. But anyway, check them out if you would. All right. The only other thing maybe that I wanted to talk about is a pattern that for another summer top. Like I said, I have one that I finished this one. I'm hopefully going to finish the Etta by Barocco. But then I came up, found this pattern here. Let me show you. Look how pretty that is. See? Called Crocus. There. Beautiful, right? It's another lace top, which, like I said, for summer, it's just perfect. The little cap sleeves, perfect under what I wear to work, my pharmacy lab coat. And I think it is a fingering yarn. Looks like a fingering weight yarn. Maybe it's DK. But I think I'm going to give this top a try also. Not sure. I'll have to see what I have. I'm going to use what I have in stash, hopefully. And this hopefully will be another work in progress. So that's an idea going forward that I have. Like I said, along with the idea of maybe pulling out your whip, finishing some whips as a summer knit along with some prizes. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you'd like to do. And I do plan to, like I said, put out podcasts more often, maybe every 2 weeks. And hopefully I will see you soon. And please look for that, the next in the line of tutorials on our slippers sock along. We will be doing, you should have just finished the gusset decreases here. We will be doing the foot, and then we're on to decreasing the toe and finishing the toe with Kitchener stitch. So if that's something that you want to do, please take a look at those tutorials on my page also, Sip and Knit. Shortened, it is SSK. So one way to remember it. But anyway, thank you guys for supporting me, for those that have been with me, those of you that are just joining in or have found me along the way. I really appreciate you watching and hope you join me back for the next podcast. Again, this is Marie, and happy knitting.